All right, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rashakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Much peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, you brothers and you sisters. Wholeheartedly waiting upon the Lord Yahweh to send his only begotten Son Yahushai to deliver us from his captivity. So you are say Shalom. So this is an article for FoxBusiness.com. It says grocery giant Kroger to close 60 stores in next 18 months. Interim CEO claims shutdowns will make Kroger more efficient despite strong first quarter results. So this is just more prophecy. More prophecy. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is slowly breaking down Egypt. Let's actually start there. Because a few precepts coming to mind. Let's see. This is 2nd Ezra. 15 and 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Right? Modern day Egypt is America. Right? It's also Babylon the Great. Spiritually. Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. You see? So the Lord is smiting this place with plagues. The debt is already through the heavens. The Lord's closing up all of these different stores. Tariffs on these other countries has completely affected the economy, right? And the different goods that would normally come into this place. So what's going to happen? You see stores closing. You see shelves are emptying. Famine is coming, right? So the Lord is smiting Egypt again with plagues. When we were in the ancient Egyptian captivity, the Lord didn't just destroy the whole land and us in it. No. He started to break it down piece by piece with the 10 plagues, the different plagues, right? The river of blood, right? The frogs, the locusts ate up all of the goods and the farmland, right? The darkness, the slaying of the firstborn. I'm just, naming a few. So this place is being plagued as well. And a lot of these Americans, these modern day Egyptians, they can't see it. Anytime you close 60 stores, how is that beneficial? Or how can it make Kroger more efficient? That doesn't make sense. You can't get a positive out of a negative. You see? I want to do a quick Google search. It says Kroger operates 2,731 retail food stores in the United States as of February 2024. Located across 35 states, primarily South, Midwest, and West. So they got about okay, so I got some new news, some new information. It says June 15, 2025, there are 1,258 Kroger stores in the United States as of June 15, 2025. So the number is continually decreasing. It was 2,731 in 2024, February, and now it's only 1,258. Yep. Even on the Kroger website, it says 1,239 stores across the United States. So the numbers is decreasing. These stores are closing. These malls, you go to these old different strip malls, they're completely, if you, especially you go to the hood, these different strip malls are closed. These different malls are closing down. The stores within the malls closing down, mainly because a lot of people are shopping online. See? So if they closing all these stores, especially the grocery stores, and the numbers continually decrease and decrease and decrease, what's going to happen, right? You're gonna be forced to go shopping at certain food chains, supermarkets, which is going to cause even more lack of resources, because if everyone's going to the same store, then that means all of those goods are going to be bought up. So I got a few scriptures I had lined up, because we're coming into some very, as it is written, perilous times. This is 2 Timothy 3:1. Know this also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. See? What does perilous mean? Perilous means full of danger or risk. It says exposed to imminent risk of disaster or ruin. You see? And there is going to be a lot of disaster and ruin, because when the scriptures say that a man shall destroy what? Let's see here. This is 2 Ezra 16:22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. You see? And that's actually, I could have saved that one. That's a good one, because I'm actually gonna read that later. I'm gonna go to I went to go to 2 Ezra 15. Yep, this is 2 Ezra 15. Let me get the point, verse 15. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. See? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So there's going to be sedition among men. They're not going to regard the mayor, the president, the committee men, and all these different. No, they're going to be trying to get some food and feed their families, survive. It reads, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's the different military blockades. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. This is the point, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Why? But shall destroy their houses with the sword. Is that not perilous? Is that not danger? And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. So there's going to be a lack of bread. There's going to be famines on the earth. People are going to be invading one another. You think your neighbor right now is cool with you because y'all can talk about the different shit that's going on in the neighborhood or that's going on in the world. And you think that everything smooth and dandy. But when the time when the perilous times come upon the earth, Jacob's trouble, Daniel's 12:1, Jeremiah 30:7, when these times are in full effect, that next door neighbor is going to very well become your enemy, because they're going to want to, it's called self-preservation. They're going to want to preserve their life, their family, their well-being. They're not going to care about your life, your family, and your well-being. If anything, if you got something that they need, they're going to take it. And that's why the scriptures say, I will set Egyptian against the Egyptians. These Egyptians are going to be divided. Yahushua said, a kingdom divided cannot stand. Let's go ahead and get this now. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So the Lord is allowing us to witness the evil days or see the evil days that are coming before they actually happen. We're entering into those evil days. It starts with these stores closing. It starts with the lack of different merchandise and victuals within these stores, and it's going to continually decrease and decrease and decrease until there's nothing. And what's going to happen? The military is going to have control over the victuals. You're going to be rationing out food. If you want food, you're going to have to take that, that CHIP, the MOTB, right? Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. So the keepers of the house is what? The elites, the stockbrokers and things like that. The house is America. The strong men are the officers. It says that they're gonna bow themselves. What does that mean? They're ultimately be taking themselves out, man. Committing unalivism, unaliving, right? And it says the grinders shall cease, the workers, the laborers. Why? Because they are few. It's few jobs, few people to work those jobs. It says, and those that look out the windows be darkened. No future. When you look out the window, you're supposed to see ahead. You're supposed to see the future, right? No hope. Scriptures say, where there is no vision, the people perish. Verse 4, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So the music is brought low. You hear the shit that Jake listen to nowadays, you're like, man, that shit garbage. Sometimes it give you a headache. But you're gonna have abandoned buildings, abandoned businesses. And it all started too with it didn't all start, but it really took a huge hit during 2020, the pandemic. You see? 2020. So I got one more. Because that famine, man, is going to be grievous. It's going to be very grievous. This is Lamentations 4:9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for the want of the fruits. Stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. So it's better to get offed with a pistol or whatever, instant quick death, than to be dying slowly, eating yourself away. Because when you don't eat for days, your body starts to deplete those fat cells. I think it's glucose. I'm not sure. Whatever's inside of the storage fat cells, it eats away that. Once that's gone, it eats away the muscle, right? Once that's gone, it eats away the bones. Once that's gone, you're done. You're dead. Your organs. It starts to come for your organs. Now you're out of there. You're through. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is about to put the spirit on Babylon the Great. Let me see. Got one more. Then I gotta get up out of here. Let's actually go to 19. This is Isaiah 19:5. And the water shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up. It's going into the actual waters, and then too, it's also going into the currency. And they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of the fence shall be emptied and dried up. The reeds and the flags shall wither. Right? Your different markets are drying up. You looking in the stores, you looking at the shelves, it ain't shit there, man. Ain't nothing there. The frozen aisle, the different you know, yeah, it's not there, man. Verse 7, the paper reads, by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. So you're not going to see certain bodies of water. And then it keeps going. It goes into the fishers' mourning and things like that. But that's what's going to happen. Read this chapter. This is about to come to pass to Babylon the Great, a.k.a. Egypt, a.k.a. America. You see? But I got to go. So I'm going to end it there. I pray this is edifying and faith boosting. I want to give all praises again to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Chagadash. Shalom.